Hello, and thank you so much for watching this video, the #1 secret of super successful speakers, coaches, healers, and authors. Now, if you fall into one of these categories, this video is going to be very important for you to watch. And what I'm going to share in this video is going to apply to all of you, but especially if you happen to be in the healing arts, if you are an energy healer, or if you are a self-development coach or a life coach, this is going to apply to you even more specifically than it applies to the rest of the categories, because what I'm about to share is going to be an eye-opener for you. So one of the things that I have found that is the biggest problem for people that are in the healing arts, people that are coaches and authors and speakers, is that there's just not enough revenue, especially when we're talking about healers that have a healing practice. Usually what I find is that very few people will have a full-time healing practice, although that is the main passion of their life. They know very well that this is the gift that they came into this world to share, but they are forced to have some kind of a second job, or maybe their main job is something else and their second job is the healing practice, because they simply can't generate enough revenue from their healing business. This is very, very common. And it's not surprising because most people have a session-based business, so they are trading dollars for time. They give a session, usually it's about $75 to $250, and you do a session for that. And how many sessions in a day can you do? And if you are a successful healer whose book of business is pretty full and they have a full schedule, then you are very fortunate. You're one of the very few. But even then, you are going to be limited in the income that you can have, because how many sessions can you do in a day? But what I find happens most of the times is that healers don't have enough business. They don't have enough sessions. They can't find business. And that is where they are most troubled. And I'm going to share some great news with you in a little bit. But first, I want to tell you about who I am and why you should even be listening to me. If you have listened to my TEL Summit, then you already know my name is Iram Saeed. I happen to be the host of a Global TEL Summit series. And I have helped a lot of people, especially energy healers, get coaching from me and go from almost having $0 in business to a phenomenal, thriving business touching 6 figures or beyond. And so I know what I'm talking about. I have interviewed hundreds of very famous to mediocre to virtually unknown people in the speaking and healing arts. So I know whatever is out there. I know the secrets of the very successful speakers. I know the secrets of the ones that are not successful. And I know how to turn it all around. I know how to take someone from mediocre to no income and turn them around to super successful superstars. So what I wanted to do was, I saw so many people that are so talented, even part of my own audience, that were struggling in their lives because they just could not bring in enough financial abundance. They just could not generate enough income, either from both of their jobs or mainly from the job that they were passionate about, which is the healing practice. And it broke my heart, because I know that there are some of you that are really gifted, that are really talented, and you know it. In your heart of hearts, you know it, that you need to share this message with the world. You may even have been getting strong indications from the Spirit that this is the time. Now is the time for you to step out and really play it big, and you just don't know how to do it. And here I'm going to share with you some things today that might just be the answer. So I am super excited to do that. And I basically decided to create 3 videos in which I'm going to share some of these secrets. Of course, this is a huge topic. I can't cover all of it in just one video, but I'm going to try to share as much as I can with you just to help you out, so that you guys can see the next step, get some clarity over this. And the reason why I'm going to do it is 2 reasons. The first reason is because there are so many people that need you, that need to hear from you, that are hungry for your message. And I know this because I used to be one of those people. I connected to the TelSummit world simply because I was lost. I was broken. I was heartbroken. I was broke financially. I was confused. I needed some answers. And the TelSummits provided the answers for me. So I know that there are millions and millions of people, and the community is actually growing every single day as they connect to these TelSummits. These platforms are amazing. First of all, they are gigantic. They are huge platforms that are global. So imagine people hungry for your message, hungry for your gift globally that want to connect with you. And the TelSummit can provide that in just, like snap of a finger, because that's their audience and they're committed to listening to those shows. And so the number one reason is that this really serves the planet in a big way to find those beautiful gems that you guys are and bring them in front of the world. Your message needs to be shared. So that's number one. And people need to hear that message. And the number two reason is financial abundance for people that are in the healing arts, people that want to serve the world. The truth of the matter is, no matter how gifted you are, no matter how passionate you are about your work, if you have bills to worry about, if you have mortgage to pay, rent to pay, car payment, all those realities that are part of the real life, you are going to get distracted again and again. And you are not going to be able to share your gift with the world as you were meant to, as is your right, and as is the right of the people that are meant to work with you. So the number one key thing to do is to take you out of this poverty consciousness, to show you the way so that you have clarity over what you need to do next in order to be in a place where you are financially independent and abundant, and all of your bills and liabilities are taken care of, and you are able to do what you love to do, which is to heal, which is to share your gift with your clients, with the rest of the world. And that just gives me so much joy because I've been able to do it with so many people. We have 100% success rate on this coaching program, and I have seen people that have told me that their lives were changed after joining this program. So I'm just thrilled to be able to share some of these secrets with you. So what is that number one secret that I'm talking about? Why is it that a lot of people are facing this problem of not having enough sessions? Used to be that the way business was generated, and you might still be generating the business this way, is through some kind of local marketing and advertising, and that generates maybe sessions for you, and you're able to earn income through that. Or you might do seminars and live events, and those are terribly difficult because you have to, again, market to get traffic to those seminars and events, and there's cost involved, and they are time consuming. And usually the turnout is nothing compared to what you can have with TelSummits. On TelSummits, we're talking about thousands and thousands of people that come to that one call. You do one call or one interview, and thousands of people get to know about you and your gifts that you can share with them. It's just phenomenal. It's just huge. Even people that have been speakers on TelSummits, smaller TelSummits, do not realize how big some of these TelSummits are. These platforms can be huge. So this is the number one secret that I know all these super successful authors, speakers, healers, and authors share with each other, that they are connected to some kind of a very massive platform based on the internet. And usually that is the TelSummits, but it could also be some kind of a joint venture partnership where a few of them get together and they promote each other and stuff like that. And I can talk about that in a little bit more detail later, but I want to share this main secret because this is the easiest way to go from point A to wherever it is you want to be and see the kind of success that you've been dreaming about. So I want you to kind of just sit with that, understand that what is possible with this kind of success. And what I'm going to do in the next two videos is I'm going to share some of the challenges that I have found are in the minds of people that want to be speakers on TelSummits, but something stops them. And it's usually these challenges or these perceptions that they have. One of them is technology, that, oh, I'll have to learn so much technology to do that, and I don't know any of it. And I don't blame you. Most of us are right-brained people, and technology is really not our friend. You will be surprised to know how little interaction with technology you need to know in order to be a speaker on TEL Summits, and I'll share that with you. Some of you have no idea about how to package yourself, how to create these products that are online, and I'm going to talk about that as well, because I want to teach you how important it is to understand the difference between doing a sessions-based business versus a products-based business. You may not realize it, but there are several products inside you right now that can be making you so much money as an automated machine, even while you sleep. And I know that for sure because I have talked to so many of you and coached so many of you. So I know that it's there. And it's just an amazing eye-opening picture when you see how when you go from a session-based business to a product-based business, there is really no ceiling. You will always have a ceiling when you're doing a session-based business, because how many sessions in a day can you do? Even if you can do 24 hours, then there's only, 24 sessions you can do, or if it's a 30-minute session, maybe 48 sessions. That's really your max. So you're always going to have a ceiling. But with a product-based business, you don't have to have any ceilings, because it can just sell while you sleep. So, and that's one of the things I teach my students, and that's how their lives change when their automatic selling machine starts working for them. And the beauty is, when they don't have to worry about making money to pay their bills, guess what they are able to do? They are really able to tap into that beautiful part of themselves. That beautiful gift becomes even more, it comes out even more, it just blooms, and they realize there were more gifts that they hadn't tapped into. And they start becoming a better and better practitioner at what they do. Their customers are happy. Everybody reports what a huge change they have had since they did not have to worry about their financial obligations. So I'm super thrilled to be able to share this with you. Now, you have two options. You guys can wait for the next video, which will be released within a matter of 48 hours. And I encourage you to listen to watch that video as well. I'll share some very important information in that. Also, you will see a link in the email that you received for a webinar that is being held in just a few days. And in that webinar, I am actually going to do a live Q&A. I will hold the webinar, and then I will have live Q&A with all of you guys that have questions. And I know that you have questions because so many people would love to get this information, and this information is just not available anywhere else. There are a lot of people trying to teach how to get on TEL Summits, but those people have no clue how TEL Summits are run. And as far as I know, I'm the only TEL Summit host that actually coaches this kind of a program. I know TEL Summits, I know every ins and out, and I live, breathe this day and night, so I know what goes on. So I would love to answer your questions. And I used to offer the webinar for free, but I have decided to put this very minuscule amount of $7 that you need to pay in order to attend the webinar. And the reason being, when I've noticed when people have even a little bit of skin in the game, they make a commitment to be there. I really want you to be there. I am going to take time out of my extremely busy schedule to answer questions and to talk to you about, my coaching program, for example. But I really want to serve you. I really want to help you. If you are on the verge of just making it to that next level, then I want to have the honor of holding your hand and helping you maybe take that leap by answering one question or as many as you have. And I usually do not close that call until everybody's questions have been answered. I've been known to host the webinar for 3 hours plus if needed, and we've done that. So I encourage you to click on this link. It's only $7. It's not going to make me rich, or it's not going to make you poor, but it is going to take that commitment from you that you are going to be there and you're going to listen to the webinar and you're going to get your questions answered. Yes, there will be a replay for a very limited amount of time, but you're not going to get your question answered if you have that. So the day and the time of the webinar is indicated on the email. I want you to note that down right now and be there, and we'll have a lot of fun. But in the meantime, do watch out for those 2 videos that are also going to contain a lot of really useful information. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful, and I hope that the next 2 videos are going to have even more value for you guys. Lots and lots of love and blessings.